There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Globe.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself. First dates. He's already getting interesting. We are talking about first dates, a topic that is always interesting to talk about. Now, first dates are usually filled with glam, beauty, eagerness, some butterflies here and there. And now, because of these factors, we may forget to ask important questions. Now, today we are discussing critical questions that you should ask on a first date. What are these questions? Thank you so much for joining Benjamin Zulu Global Show. You're very much welcome. My name is Sylvia Kiremi, and here is the conversation.
Yes, today first dates can also be virtual. First date is when you get properly talking to know each other. So nowadays it can be a video call.
Yes.
Don't wait for physical. Sometimes the physical meetings are coming way later or they never come. If those phone conversations prove that there's no point in meeting. So don't remain in the traditional setting of first coffee date. That's when we get to know, so who are you? No, nowadays people are introducing their names, where they're coming from in the virtual space. And it helps you to cut out useless meetings. Coffee dates may take a whole afternoon. You take a whole evening. While getting to know a person may just be chat along job, chat along this, chat. And we said you should progress in how you communicate to the people. From chat to phone call to video call to physical meetings. Use that progression to spare yourself time and embarrassment. You may meet a person physically only to realize there's a glaring deal breaker that you would have simply asked. Yes. The age is off.
You didn't ask.
Just too far away.
Yes.
Education level, you're worlds apart. It could also be economic level, you're worlds apart. It could also be belief, faith, religion.
Yeah.
You're worlds apart. Some people say, can love overcome religious differences? If you're looking for a story of love, any human is good for romance.
Yeah.
In fact, the more you are dissimilar, the more it looks exciting.
Sure.
As long as you're looking for an affair, all right?
Yeah.
A fling, all right?
Yes.
If there's no building and there's no need for consensus and collaboration towards something long-term and serving both of us and fulfilling our future, anyone.
Yeah. Anyone is okay.
And that's why people outrageous saying, hey, love overcomes, oh, he's 30 years older than me, oh, she's 40 years or younger, whatever. If you are just looking for romance, anything biological
is okay.
But when it comes to story of life, where you have to build solid foundations, then build upwards towards the resistance of the wind. You know, tall buildings have to deal with wind. Short buildings don't deal with wind, right?
Yes.
When you're building a latrine, don't care about the wind.
True. Honestly, yes.
You may not even need architectural drawings approved from the county government. When you're setting up these tiny structures, tiny affairs, tiny relationships, no much thinking.
Yes.
We don't need to dig down into foundation. But if you're building 20-year, 20-story, 30-year, children, your whole life, your legacy. Now think about ideology. Ideology is the larger things like wind. Think about where you are oriented in life, what you want, philosophy, values, core values, what you live for, purpose, your perspective towards relationships and men and women. You may marry somebody who doesn't see girls as children.
Yeah.
But you met under romantic heat, eh?
Yes.
And you start a life, you got pregnant, you realize they don't even believe. You know, in basic things, and you can start fighting over very fundamental things.
Yeah.
In life, you're allowed to be as careless as you wish. It's your life, but you only have one life. People decide to be hypnotized by romance, and they are carried by many things.
Yeah.
Today, we are telling you, if you are a prudent person, what to ask early on in the initial conversations before you go too far. There are many questions, but these two will set the ground whether there's any point talking. Okay?
Yes.
Whether there's any point, continue putting your heart here.
Yes.
Your heart is like a river, it keeps flowing. So don't hang it in the wrong place, it will pour itself there.
Wow.
Your heart keeps flowing.
Yes.
Don't hang around the wrong place. Before you know it, it will have poured so much of itself there. To uproot yourself will be pain.
Yeah.
Many people today can't laugh because of the wrong places they lingered and their hearts get poured there, got invested there. And now they try to pull themselves out. The trauma of having had to be attached in the wrong places and detached is too much.
It's too much.
Do not believe the idea of second chances and healing too much. Don't take it too far, right?
Yeah.
Just know that.
Yes.
Motivational speakers keep you thinking about second chance. You can always start again.
You can always
Does
start
not
afresh.
matter the age. Does not matter the time.
Yeah.
Remember fatigue. Remember trauma. Remember discouragement. Remember fear. There's only so many times, Sylvia, you can withstand heartbreaks.
Yeah.
You just don't want that anymore. Always remember that. There's only so many times you can survive from knockdowns.
Yeah.
Before you say, is it a matter of life and death? I can as well live. Love is delicate. Can hurt your heart if you do it badly, hurt you so deeply until you simply stop trying. Many people have stopped trying and you see them around. Living on a free fall.
Yeah.
They no longer care too much because of dating carelessly and hanging around the wrong places. The first question you're going to ask when you're talking to people considering life is, what do you do for growth? They will have told you what they do for living.
Yes.
They'll have told you what they do as a job and all that. I want you to ask what they do for growth to know whether growth is a concept in their life to begin with.
Okay.
Many people don't have a concept of growth. They're not going anywhere anymore.
Yeah. It's always what you do for a living.
Yes. That is survival, that is bare minimum. It's important. We need to pay our bills. Don't want somebody living on other people's back, being funded by parents or by men or something like that. You want a person who can pay their bills. But beyond that, what do you do for growth?
For growth.
Growth is, in John Maxwell explaining in 15 Laws of Growth, he said the first law is the law of tension or the law of rubber band. You can only grow when there's a tension between where you are and where you want to be. That stress, that positive pressure, that demand, that hunger, that pull is what gets you doing different things to move forward. Ask this person what they're doing to be better, to move forward, to advance.
Yes.
Have you met a person after 5 years and then it struck you they have never moved on?
Yeah.
They've never grown?
Yeah.
They're still joking the same things, using the same language, suffering the same problems, crying about the same petty issues, about being broke, about how they hate their job, about whether everybody doesn't like them, how they are stuck in life.
Yeah.
And 5 years have gone
5 years.
and they're crying the same. It dawns on you, oh, so you're still there.
Yeah.
People have arrived. And if you don't ask this, you marry a settler. When you're a traveler. And from the time you marry, there may be romance and love and all that.
Yes.
But because you're on the move, the gap will start yawning gap between you. Until you are strangers. Some people started lovers, end up as strangers.
Yes.
You can't talk same language, can't exist same language. Have you been put in an awkward situation of managing a man and a wife? When they start talking, they conflict.
Yeah.
And you're the one to manage them. Everything this one says, the other one counters.
Yes.
Everything this one says, the other one counters. And the tensions keep building up. They can't talk for a moment without tension.
Yeah.
Why are they married?
Why are they married?
Usually it's because when they married, they were together, but one was on the move, the other one had arrived. Some people have no plan to grow. You just have plan to indulge, plan to enjoy, plan to... Many people were running away from poverty, and the moment they're away from poverty, there's no tension to grow.
Yeah.
Many people are running away from helplessness. A woman who grows seeing the mother so helpless, having to beg for every coin, may decide, I must get a job. Once she gets a job, that's all. Now her weakness is that she just gives herself free to whatever lifestyle. Some people are very diligent with their work.
Yeah.
They are very punctual with their work. And if you are naive, you don't know the question we are describing today, You meet them around the work and you like their diligence.
Yes.
The best teacher in this, the best this, best performer of this, best trophies. Trophies everywhere. Liked by around the work.
Yeah.
Performer in this, performer in the other. You see this, you see the other, and because of how they're moving forward, driven, you may think that's how they live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me introduce you to a disappointing fact. Some people are diligent with their work, and that's all. In life, they are not moving. They are not diligent.
Yes.
They are not engaged. They are on a free fall. They recycle trauma. They have very low self-esteem, which have never outgrown. They are greedy for money. Even when they have their own money, they want to eat their man's money, their woman's money. Some people are just conning people, scamming everyone. Some people are just very poor. They're in debts, always getting to debts. People are always having affairs, sexual immorality. Some people always having, drunkenness, alcoholism. So there are people who outside work, it's chaos. At work, excellence.
Wow. Yes.
And they are two different people. When it's work, proper, diligent,
Yes.
excellent. Outside work, lying, procrastinating, cutting corners, waiting forever, making backward decisions. They make such poor purchases. Yeah. You look at the woman who is a CEO, who is being scammed by land sellers so easy.
Yes.
Scammed by lovers so easily. Scammed by the same brother, same relative. Are you the same person? You're leading a company that is moving forward, hitting targets, making money, and in your personal life,
You messed up.
people take away your money so easily. People lie to you to your face. You behave like a toddler, teenager, make same stupid decisions,
Yes.
make drunken purchases, you're losing money. How many people are you? The job is their means of survival, and they set their mind to do it well.
Yeah. I get it.
They hang on that job for life.
Yes.
They hang on the job for life. And they report. Some teachers have never been late for 20 years. There's some accountants, bankers, who have never missed their targets.
Yes.
Since this bank was started. Forget you're talking about 5 years.
Yeah.
You can hear a testimonial about how this company, this water bottling company that is all over the country, it was started with a few founders, and this person was one of the founders.
Yeah.
And they have been to every branch, they know everyone. This is the Silver Jubilee.
They are
Designed, we went to one celebration of achievement, and one man told us, all of you, you know me, only that you did not know this face. We said, how do we know you? Your KCSE certificate has my signature. Did you see that signature down there? That's me. Oh, yeah, by the way, remember that signature? Yeah. I was the director of NEC for so many years. I signed your certificates. Somebody was delivered.
Yeah.
You can be shown a track record of trophies. This is common with university professors. You say that they are so excellent, published books, journals, accomplished. But even their dressing is crying crisis.
Yes.
Their money life is crisis. They are bitter with life.
Yeah.
But perfect in academia. Perfect.
Yes.
One of them was introduced to us as professor. Two of them. One person.
Hey. Okay.
And it was emphasized. Remember, it is professor. And there was a doctor after that.
Yes.
What many titles are these?
Yes.
Some people can be that perfect in career. So that people from work keep attending their birthdays, their functions with a lot of accolades and praise.
Yeah.
And you, the relatives, are like this.
True. Yes.
This person has a function. There's a lot of praise coming from their work colleagues.
Yeah.
And people are coming, oh, no, Sylvia. And the children of Sylvia are like, when you finish your drama, you can tell us to continue.
We know him differently.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why I want you to ask. Stop settling at he has a stable job. This woman is diligent in her career. People use career to hide trauma, to hide their father issues, their mother issues, their rejection, their low self-esteem, their conflict to the money, conflict to the life, their hatred for men. Some people work because they hate to ask anything for anybody, and that is that money. Some people work because they just want money to buy small girls, buy small boys, get what they want, buy the alcohol. They attempt to work as a tool to live wrongly.
Yes.
Hey. Some people are called dad and mom at work, but they cannot be called dad and mom by their own children. They are not present.
They are not present.
They are closer with their work than they are with their family. Some people have lived away from their family all their life.
Yes.
Literally away.
Yeah.
They don't carry their family anywhere. They carry their job everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, COVID told us to work from home. They work everywhere from home.
Sure.
Stop stopping at what you do for a living. Some people, they don't have a life.
What do you do for growth?
Yes.
Yes.
Growth, what is growth? Growth is recovering from things that fell upon you without your own fault. It was not you, it found you. A drunkard father, a victimized mother, parents who could not be there for you. Africa has another thing that you don't hear in the West. Some of us see now shameful things that we have to say in harsh tones.
Yeah.
My father was too old. How can a European understand that? My father got me when he was 68. By the time I'm 20, he's my grandpa. But we had no relationship. Or he could not display me. I was more like a trophy child.
Yeah.
Retirement token. Bonga boy.
Yes.
The child, my mother got by surprise when she thought she'd already stopped having children. Oops. So I was raised by my sisters. I don't see my parents as parents. I see my older sister as my mother, but they are but this is
your parents as your grandparents.
If you come to African families, you'll be surprised. Some of these people marry a younger girl to take care of them, and then they get child with a younger girl who is more of a nurse to them. Then the younger child is born there, two very young.
To a mother and a grandfather. Total confusion.
You know, you are born and the children of your father have older children than you. So let's try to add it together. Yeah. You have sisters who have older children than you. They're supposed to call you auntie, but you're younger than them. So I'm a young auntie. Sorry, what did you say? Sorry, you white people. Let me explain to you. Sometimes a young uncle can be younger than me, but uncle.
True. Actually, there's a certain man who told me he grew up knowing that his father is his grandfather.
Yes, South Africa has that kind of convoluted problems.
He thought there's a story he's never told.
You know, healing means now transcending the family chaos you might have come from, things that have happened. Some of our mothers in Africa and hear this, and some things you should listen with the earphones. Don't play in the hearing of the affected. There was a generation of mothers that was just disempowered, all of it.
Yes.
There's a generation of mothers who the idea of self-actualization is not even existent. They had no identity beyond marriage.
Yeah.
They could not own a bank account, ATM card, or they could not own anything, business. They could not rent a house.
Yeah.
It was not allowed. It was either by her father or her husband.
Yes.
That generation of women, what is their psyche? What is their zeitgeist? The spirit of the age. That mwanamke ni ndoa, woman is her marriage.
Yes.
As much as it's a very backward, primitive idea that annoys you, it was their reality.
True.
It was their what?
Their reality.
Now make that woman your counselor about your marriage.
Ha. Where do we even start?
She would think when you're trying to self-determine, you're big-headed.
Yes.
She would think when you're going to work, she sees you talking to another man on TV. Why are you talking to other men?
Yes.
Go back to your man. I saw you laughing there, is that man. Is that your husband? There's a generation that you have to grow through healing. Healing is also self-determination. And then healing, then peeling off what had been laid on you by society to make you normal.
Yeah.
Let me repeat that. Healing is removing what had been put on you by society to make you normal, predictable, what they know, familiar.
Yeah.
Another thing you're going to thank God in your private business is that you are so different, even your thumbprint is not replicated in the 80 billion of the world alive now or those who lived.
Yes.
This is scientifically difficult to explain, that you can have billions of people and there's no replica, even identical twins. A very small area, thumbprint.
Yes.
How do you put billions of different thumbprints?
God is amazing. And weird.
So he was putting clues everywhere that I'm not repeating you, I'm not copying.
You're different.
That's what you're trying to look for when you are healing. What about me is so different? The personality, the energy, the thoughts, the ideas, what I want. When we get children, we get this narcissistic fulfillment that they mirror you. That part resembles you. You, those legs are you. And you, this head is you. Oh my God, look at you. Look, have you seen yourself there? So we get children and we get this fulfillment that you're being mirrored.
Yeah.
But on the other end, we also know the child resembles no one in their thumbprint.
They're unique.
This child's mind and collect, they may borrow a lot from DNA, from environment to be influenced, but it's something about it that comes from their creator.
Yeah. Direct from the
It's
creator.
a signature. Even the children you destroy through abortion, there's a signature. Even the children you throw away, there's a signature.
Yeah.
This child is your sibling when it comes to God. God has no grandchild.
Yes.
So both you and your
Yeah.
child, you call God Father.
Father.
There's no grandfather. So you're coming from directly from God, and I want you to know there's something about you that your parents could not figure out.
Yeah.
Your healing is now coming to find that out. When you find your purpose, it will not be one word. It will be a sense of direction. It will be a sense of connectedness and meaning.
Yes.
What you do for growth asks them whether they are conscious of advancing towards a predetermined end. Are they advancing towards somebody different they're supposed to be becoming? If the woman answers that correctly, she'll tell you she waits with anticipation how she will take care of her children.
Yes.
You find that she has that energy around her to check how her dress would look like. Women, when they're preparing to be wife, even when they're at rest, they'll be collecting materials about wife life.
Yes.
When a man is preparing to be husband, he keeps thinking, where would he put his family, the best place to settle, where would he put this and the other one. Those are imaginations in his head. How will he transport his family around?
Yeah.
What quality of life, schools, those kind of things. What do they do for growth? What should they answer? They will tell you about programs, things they do personally, books they read, teachers they follow. And this is not passive. I want you to know some people can learn for entertainment. People can study quotes because they're intriguing.
Yeah.
People can listen to other people just for fun.
Yes.
You want to hear what they listen and internalize and how they're journeying. Next time, instead of asking people where they see themselves in 5 years to come to measure growth, check where they were 5 years ago to know how they're growing.
You trace it backwards.
Yes. Where is the proven results?
Yeah.
If somebody is still under their parents' house, the same way they were, still stuck, still comfortable, with all these excuses and explanations, even if they're online for entertainment.
Yes.
Growth is substantive and real. Ask that question. The second question to ask people is, what will you do in case your family is opposed to our union? After you find each other, there are other people who don't find you good for each other.
Yeah.
After you choose each other, some other characters want to choose otherwise. You ask this question because a lot of times people are influenced and dictated by mentors, parent figures, siblings, family. You may find a woman, for example, who has the philosophy that, my mother is my everything, she has been my advisor, my dad knows me, I can't really go against him. As long as a woman thinks like that, she has not attained the stature of a wife. She's still a girl. Let her continue being a girl.
Yes.
Becoming wife is maturation. Becoming wife is evolution. Becoming a husband is a mental graduation to independence, to leadership, to management, to being self-contained and being able to refuse. Are they prepared to fight for the union? That's what you're asking.
Yeah.
Don't marry a person who is a people pleaser and who must comply with their mother, with the other one. Sometimes they don't know themselves that they are enmeshed.
Yes.
You watch it. Why are they talking 4 times with their family members every day? Why are they going home every weekend? There are meetings, there is this and that.
Yeah.
Don't marry a person who you love but is not independent. They'll just suck you into the chaos.
Yeah.
Remember, against in-laws, you're powerless. Remember this one principle about marriage. When it comes to in-laws, you
powerless.
are powerless. They can dismiss you. Who are you? If it's just our daughter brings you to our home, who are you?
Yeah.
You are a stranger to me. And that's true. You are a brother-in-law.
Law.
My friend.
Yes.
Which law? Of marriage. You're not my brother.
Yeah.
If you are to end this marriage, you're nobody to me.
True.
Don't marry a person who cannot defend you against their family because you are helpless. Your position against your any in-law is powerless. Remember that.
Okay.
I don't know people confront. I've been hanging with my sister-in-law. She keeps saying that. Huh? You are crossing. You
Boundary.
are trespassing.
Yes.
Only their brother can tackle them.
Yeah.
Your mother-in-law can show up in your house and say, I've come to my son's house. What will you do?
Nothing.
Only the son can say, Mom,
Yes.
stop. True or false?
True.
That's why we advise you also build in a compound that is a distance so that in case when your partner is not around, you're not being harassed
Yes.
and you're not being monitored. They become monitoring spirits, those
Yeah.
people. They record your movements. They report to headquarters.
Yes.
You know, there's a guy now came there. We saw a man with a white shirt coming in. Electrician came in.
Yeah.
There's a man who comes there. Sylvia came from Chama at 6:30 p.m. This woman comes home at night.
Yes. True.
They had chapati smelling. This one is making chapati. Where's being cooked for? Hey, our brother is not here. We wonder, is that another man? So these naive people who rush into marriage before they understand these things and they start telling me, I live in the same compound and this person, I don't usually engage. You're too careless with life.
Yeah.
You decide to choose to learn through the hard knocks. Congratulations on your graduation. I hope you graduate alive. Marriage is such an immersive experience.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it out of emotions.
True.
So you're asking them whether they are willing to fight for this union. You're asking whether they are willing to stand up and put us first
Yeah.
against their own people. Let me repeat this in case you forget. The greatest risk to your marriage does not come from your partner's job. Although job is what gives you money. Job should be more powerful.
Yeah.
In theory, right?
Yeah, sure.
That's what gives us money. It affects our day-to-day life. So you thought our threat to the marriage should come from
Yeah.
the job. Yet the greater threat comes from other characters who don't help your daily life.
True.
Siblings, family, who they just have emotional history. To remind you, somebody said sometimes siblings are toxic because you share nothing in common. You don't share values in life, you just share blood and ancestry. So when you talk, it's all about discussing that person, discussing this marriage.
Yeah.
That's why families can be extremely toxic. At some point, they are not brother friend or sister friend, just sister. Remember that?
Yes. Just sister.
Like Cain and Abel, they were just brothers,
Yes.
not brother friend.
Yes. Just brothers.
Leah and Rachel, just sisters, not sister friend.
Yeah.
Always check whether you're friends before you disclose anything because you're sisters. Are you friends? Are you safe?
Yeah.
It can be Rachel. It can be Leah.
Yeah.
Are you friends?
Are you friends?
This saying that blood is thicker than water is they cut it off and they left the other part and they confused. Why are you comparing blood and where's the context? Where's the context of comparing blood and water?
And water.
The whole sentence used to be the blood of the covenant is heavier than the water of the womb.
Oh, okay.
That was the context of comparison.
Yeah.
The blood of covenant, the covenant you put of blood. And the womb, the water of the womb, where you are born. Those who share the womb and those who share covenant,
Yeah.
the covenant is stronger than the womb. That was the message.
Okay.
That Jonathan and David, for sharing covenant, were stronger brothers than David and Abinadab and Shammah and his brothers, who they only shared the womb, water, and they don't see him that way.
Yes.
Always remember, it's the blood of the covenant over the water of the womb.
Hey.
Stop going to the people you share womb.
Yeah.
You are not as safe there than those you have a covenant of friendship, covenant of taking care of each other, covenant of goodwill. Those are better brothers.
Yes.
Does not mean you cannot have both at a person you share the womb, but you said only if it's a sister friend, brother friend, there's a covenant beyond the water of the womb. If they're not willing to wage war against those whom they share the womb, for you with whom you share covenant, do they understand that the blood of our covenant should come first, ahead of the water of the womb? If they don't understand that, they are not safe. Yes.
Wow. Let's conclude this, with a question I had for you. Personal matters like health, probably having a child, are they things that I should discuss with a person earlier on, like first date?
You discuss deal breakers in the early discussions, and you go them according to how the conversations bring themselves. You just know everything you should know about, whether the person wants children, do they think boy, girl, are they comfortable, this, what. Some of those things, they are deal breakers, where they want to leave the job, they want to, where are they going their life, are they trying to migrate to DRC? Some people are really trying to go and do humanitarian work in some countries, and they are trying really hard to move away. Yes, you talk about life, pick those things, how is their life organized and what they want.
Yes.
So as to whether you should hold that question from first meeting or first conversation, that is immaterial. They may bring it up themselves. You discuss those issues in your first conversations in the order in which they show up. Dating should be conversational, not interrogative.
Yeah.
Going with the flow, but you know which questions you must tick. Even if you need to keep a list of your deal breakers. If a person doesn't want children at all, why are you wasting time?
Exactly.
If that matters to you. Some people already have a child and they locked that chapter. Or they just want freedom in life. That's how they perceive their life. And they are more honest than those who get children and abandon them. So appreciate their honesty, but we are not meant to be together. And then move on. So discuss them as they come, but just know that before you go to anything serious or commitment, you've checked all the boxes. Yes.
Wow, interesting. Check all the boxes before you commit to that person. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. To get Benjamin Zulu's books, go to www.benjaminzuluglobal.com. Thank you. See you next time.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin.